Great. Thank you very much for watching the videos, and especially I would like to thank you, all those who have sent me messages and some suggestions and requests based on their suggestions and messages. Today I am going to talk about effective teaching in the classroom. I would like to especially mention a school in Nepal where I am engaged these days teaching their students online. Their teachers have really asked me or wished me to talk on effective teaching methodology in the classroom. So let's start it, and let's talk about the first step. By the way, you can have thousands of videos out there on the same topics, and everyone is doing a great job. You can get a lot of things from there. I have learned myself a lot of things from there. Everyone tries to share his or her experience with you guys as teacher or trainer. So I'm just going to do the same with you tonight. I am going to talk about my experiences in teaching, in education, and especially as a teacher trainer. So the first step is I have found missing. The first step of the ladder is missing. Which ladder? The ladder that will eventually take you to become a smart teacher, or will take you to become an effective teacher. That first step I found missing is knowing the makeup of your students. By makeup means which type of learners really do you have in front of you. So when most of the teachers don't really know what type of learners they have, and I have asked these questions from many of teachers, and a very, very small percentage of them really come up with an answer. Most of them were really, didn't know anything about types of learners. So for students, you can have a lot of models out there, or you can search on Google, but for students, I follow the VARK model. That's the simplest one, that divide your students in these four categories: the visual learner, the auditory learner, the read and write learner, and the kinesthetic learner. So what's the idea? If you know what type of learners you have, then when you are sitting and on your desk and making lesson plans and chalking out some activities for them, putting class assignments, home assignments, and making a plan of these things, then it would really be much faster and easier for you. That, oh, I have to look at it like this. Haven't I missed out any one of the category? So for example, for the kinesthetic learners, you have to add an activity in your lesson plan, because they won't be learning by just talking to them or by just writing or reading a passage. They are the guys or students who really need to practically implement the knowledge which you are sharing with them. So it applies to all levels of education. So for the youngers, for example, if you are introducing the word jump, so just by writing on the board JUMP, jump, would not do for the kinesthetic learners. You really need to jump in front of them so that they catch the information you really want to give them. Okay, and it's really very easy how to divide these students. If you are a new teacher, go to your office, check their previous performance and record, talk to their teachers who have been teaching them previously, and you can easily get to know in a couple of days what kind of learners you have. It's very simple. Normally in class I have seen when I talk to them on a certain concept, and just after that I ask a question, I found that 2 or 3 of them instantly raise hand and give me the right answer. Now they are the auditory learners. They just listen and they pick it up. But not all of them. Why? Because they may not be the auditory learners. They may be the kinesthetic learners, they may be the read and write, or they may be the visual learners. So the first step, follow the VARK model and apply it to your students. Then divide them and make a list with you. Then write the names of the students, write on the top the name of that category of learner and write the names below, so that all year through you know that I am tackling with these kinds of learners, and do I have everything for every different kind of learner with me or not. So your lesson plans would be more effective, would be more practical, okay, and eventually would be giving more good results, not in terms of numbers, but results in terms of learning. So I never count result as numbers. I always count result as the learning of that particular student. So you would find it easier for you and for the students to pick it up more easily, because now you are going in the classroom well prepared. You know your subject, that's fine. But the missing first step is you actually were not having the information that what kind of students are actually sitting in the classroom. So that was missing. The first thing is start working on the VARK model. The second thing I would like to throw light upon tonight is the relationship with the students. Now the second step is really based on the first one. So once you know what kind of learner, then you can develop a relationship. Most of the teachers teaching for even a longer period of time do not really have any kind of a relationship with the student. Why? Because they missed the first step. They did not know actually what kind of a learner is that particular student is, or he belongs to which kind of category. Okay, so do not, once you are now fixing that missing letter, now it's easier for you to develop a relationship. Now relationship, there is a very thin line between relationship between teacher and students. And in different cultures we have different kind of relationships, and but again, that thin line remains everywhere I have seen, and that is the relationship that is based on trust and respect for the student. We always focus respect for the teacher, but we miss out one thing: respect for these students. So you want to have a strong relationship, start respecting your students, okay? And being a teacher does not always mean being a boss, okay? Being a teacher means touching their brains, coming to their level of understanding. So that really demands mutual trust and mutual respect. I have seen this missing in a lot of schools, in here especially, where it's kind of a cliche, or it's something not written but written on the wall, is that it's students who are always told to respect the teachers, but teachers are never trained to give respect to the students. So start giving them respect. And let me tell you one thing, that is, every student is equal for the teacher. Do not tag them. We teachers do this wrong thing by tagging them. These 2, 3 are the most brilliant, so they are going to talk to me a lot, and I am actually giving a lot of tasks to them because I like them, and these are mediocres and these are below average, so they stay away from me. Don't do that. Since you were missing the first step, or any teacher before you, if you are a new teacher, she was missing that first step of the ladder, which I just shared with you, knowing the form of types of learner your students are basically. So they could not develop a relationship. And many of the students who belong to a certain kind of that learner category, they could not really put it on well, because they were always being missed out in teachers' lesson plans, in teachers' overall strategies, and conducting a classroom. So when you are now, we will go in the classroom, You know that what type of the students are sitting there. So you know that if a student starts disturbing the class or playing with his pencil or making some noise, he belongs to the kinesthetic group, or he may belong to any other group of learner, but what you are doing is not according to the needs and requirements of that particular group. So that's why students behave like this. Okay? So we really need to touch them according to their kind of learning abilities. Then move next to develop a relationship. There will be no relationship if you missed out this first step of the letter. Got it? Okay. Before ending this first session, it's a long topic and I'll be making a few more videos on the same topic of effective teaching and smart teaching. Before ending it, I would just request you, I just share not to tag your students with particular words. Treat everyone equally, develop a relationship, and that relationship has to be developed on mutual respect and mutual trust between the teacher and the students. Okay? Right. The next thing I would like to before ending is really special, and that is I have seen teachers, they miss to gather the required information about that student. So they just go in the classroom, they open the book and they start their year. That's not the right way. You need to dig out something about that student. Okay? For example, his past performances, what kind of behavior does he possess, and you need to go to the office, you need to talk to different teachers about his behavioral changes over the years and his past performance, academic performance especially, and you need to check his past papers maybe, so that you can get an idea of what is basically his capacities. So going in a classroom, knowing all things about students is really remarkable. The students would at the first day say, oh, this teacher knows everything about me. So the relationship has started. So that's the right way to put on a good relationship with your students. Okay? So I have seen a lot of teachers lacking these things. That's why I brought it in this first session of effective teaching. So the summary of tonight's video is make your lesson plans, keeping in mind the 4 types of learners we just discussed. Okay? Then gather essential information about that student from your school office and keep a written record of each and every student, and try to call the students by their names. That's a very simple tip. I have seen teachers talking to them using the pronoun you. Stand up, you sit down, you come here, you go there. When you call them by their names, that's actually you are starting developing a relationship with them. So it all depends on your working on their VARK model and working on their past year's information, past year's records. That would really give a boost, okay, to your step towards having a relationship with the students. So stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I hope that you will start working on the VARK model and keep watching the videos. In the next few days, I will be uploading some more videos on this same topic, giving you more strategies and more tips, maybe subject-wise, that how you are, but today's points are for each and every teacher. Whatever you are teaching in the classroom, that doesn't matter. You have to work on the type of learners. You have to have the essential information about your audience, about your students. Okay? Take good care of yourselves and give me your feedback. Thank you very much. See you again.